Well, it finally happened, guys. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, including the Kombat Pack 2 featuring Mileena, released yesterday. And have you had a chance to play it? Let me know in the comments below what you think so far about Mileena, Rain, and Rambo. Does the game get you excited for what's to come? Because not only do we have the release of the Ultimate version and all the new DLC, we already have leaks laying out what's to come for 2021 and 2022. As always, before we get that, guys, make sure to hit that like button, because liking these videos lets us know that you love them. Make sure you smash that notification bell so you miss any videos just like this one. Let's get to the news. So on Monday, Twitter user Salience posted a leak from a previous leaker who, I guess, basically, told the world that Aftermath was coming a week before it actually happened. And he basically lays out the groundwork for new combat packs for basically 2021 and 2022. Now, I'm not gonna list every single thing that he mentions in the leak, but of course, what the main part of the leak that I want to talk about was, of course, he's listing combat packs 3, 4, and 5, which he has said to release in the spring of 2021, fall of 2021, and he says beginning of 2022, basically leading up to the celebration of the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat, which the game came out in 1992, so 30 years would be 2022. The leak does mention that the combat packs will feature character variations in 4, 4, and 3, so we should have 4 characters, and 3 characters in each of the release packs, which I don't necessarily know if that's going to be true or not. That's a lot of characters to have. I think really what's going to happen is based on past leaks that we've had, including data miners like At the Thinny confirming that we really should have, like, I would say less than 10 for sure, but more like 5 or 6 characters. I think that kind of goes more with what we've had in the past year for 2020, because if you think about it, we had the Aftermath Combat Pack, which had 3 characters, and now we have Combat Pack 2, which has 3 characters, and that's about 6. And then we had skin packs in between. So I think that's more of a realistic idea of what we should actually get for 2021 and maybe 2022. I'm not sure if we're actually going to go that far. So the leak does lay out what characters we should expect to see in the combat packs, and those include Smoke, Reptile, Havoc, Ermac, Astra, Takeda, Serena, Quan Chi, and then these are your guest characters: Deathstroke, Ripley from the Alien franchise, and the comedian from The Watchmen, but I don't think that one's actually going to happen. I know it's a Warner Brothers property, Watchmen, and that would include the comedian, but to me, I think if you're going to throw something from The Watchmen in there, I think Dr. Manhattan's a more popular character. Or maybe, Rorschach. Something else I want to also touch on is, as I mentioned, in 2020 we got character DLCs and skin packs. So I think with 2021, like I said, I think they're going to emulate that same pattern. And some of the skin packs that we've known from previous leaks that he also mentions in this leak is movie skin packs, which I think would be awesome. So we're talking about skins from the original Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation, maybe even some skins from the new Mortal Kombat movie. I know it's been delayed. I did a video about that, possibly talking about it being pushed back to summer. There have been tweets about it, having reshoots that have supposedly been planned because of the pandemic, but I think that it, still has perfect timing for them to actually have skin packs that fans would want for OG movies and the new movie. And with those movie skin packs, we should also get some new voiceovers from like Christopher Lambert, who played Raiden. So that'll also be fun. So when the game came out, the data miners that I mentioned before, including At the Thinny, they also have confirmed that there are new spots basically from the actual character table. We've talked about this in previous videos about how the character role list has actually changed over time and what it could look like now with, possibly new 5 to 6 characters. So he has confirmed that he does believe it's going to probably be about 6 characters that we're going to get. And so I think, at least just talking about from this list, I plan on doing a video talking about 2021 characters that we should be able to see from DLC. But from this list, I think some of the ones that we obviously could for sure see, I think Smoke could make a return finally. Reptile, I know that in one of the dating minings that At the Thinny he did talk about how Scorpion, who has been able to emulate some of the moves of Reptile, there are new moves that have worked that came with the new update for Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. So I think now that you've pretty much given us all the stuff to basically have Reptile, just give us Reptile. I think it'd be still cool to have Havoc. I think another video I'm going to talk about more of all the drama that has come about with Mileena's intros and all the retcons and stuff like that. And I think having Havoc in there would do really good justice with the blood magic and Scarlet and the Chaos Realm and all this kind of good stuff. So I think we just need to go and have him come to the game so we can kind of maybe set the stage for possibly, I don't know, maybe an Aftermath 2.0 or maybe Mortal Kombat 12. I don't know that Ermac will come back. I would like for him to come back, but I think, as I stated in a previous video, You know, one of the creators on the team for NetherRealm Studios for Mortal Kombat 11 has stated that he's dead and he's gone. So I don't think that he's going to make an appearance in the game again. I think Takeda would be a good character to bring back. I think he's I've done previous videos about him on many lists that I've made, including ones that fans said that they would want to see him come back. So I think he for sure would be one that they'd probably bring back and would go great with the Scorpion storyline. And of course, that would leave some room for some guest characters. And I think that, I don't know that Deathstroke would be a good pick for the game, but if they have to, he'd be on there. Just going by off of the list that this leaker has given. And of course, Ripley. Now, what I think is interesting is with Ripley, why didn't Ripley come back when, you know, we had Predator and Alien in MKX or MK9? I think it would have been better if we had them back then, because, you know, that kind of goes more with what her storyline is. Now, if you're just going off of strictly like 80s characters, even though Alien came out in the 70s, a lot of the sequels came out in the 80s and 90s. But I think if you just go off of that, maybe they want to throw some type of female, you know, heroine in the ring with Terminator and Rambo and RoboCop. So maybe we can have that. While I would like Ripley to be in the game, I think it would be more suitable if she had a good, you know, more formidable foe. The only thing that comes to mind is, well, if you don't have the Xenomorph, I guess you have like Devora? That's like the closest thing, or Baraka, if you want to kind of throw them in there as far as closest things we're going to have to you know, an alien type figure that she'd have to fight. But it'd be interesting to have her in there just to have some type of female. You know, I made that list about the 80s characters. You know, given that NetherRealm Studios, you know, Ed Boon has kind of mentioned that they really like the 80s, and so a lot of the DLC comes from the 80s. And I never thought to make a list of females. You know, maybe I'll do a video about that, but, you know, they've been picking mostly guys, so it'd be kind of good to have, you know, some females kind of thrown in the mix. So what do you think about the new Kombat Packs? Do you really think that we're going to get all this 2021 content? You know, I was watching a video of Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer, who did a trailer reaction for the Rambo Terminator gameplay. And she brought up that she'd like to see Ripley in the game. And in the comments, I mentioned that, you know, you may get your wish because of this leak. And I had a lot of people commenting on that comment because, you know, they're thinking, how much more can we get out of this game? And I think that with the new next-gen consoles like the PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, I think that Mortal Kombat 11 has an opportunity to have a whole new breath of life breathed into it, because you have some gamers who didn't play it on the PS4 and the Xbox One, or maybe even the Switch, but, you know, you have them now playing it on the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and even on PC, you know, as far as MK11 Ultimate. So now I feel like it's almost like another whole other game. I know that sounds kind of silly because we've had this game since 2019, but the 2-year anniversary is not until April of next year. So we still have time to give it more content. And I think that given the pandemic and how we're having to work away, you know, at home and away from each other, and it's hard to get stuff done, you know, in a timely manner, I think it's easier for them just to keep stretching this out until we get things back to normal and they can start working on Mortal Kombat 12. What do you think about the new Kombat Packs? What do you think about 2021, you know, being more of a MK11 2.0 is what I kind of call it, you know, giving us more content for the same game, which I still think was going to be fine for most fans. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you want more videos like this one, make sure you smash that notification bell. And I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.